You got Mayweather and you got McGregor, and if you take away all of that pre-fight noise, you're left with just that, a fight.
Well, Tyrone Wallace made a name for himself playing at BHS, then again at Cal, but now he's trying to add to it with the Clippers.
Of course, Bakersfield Christian, Darren Carter getting a nice little ice bath on a night of, I think it was 39 degrees
and
or something like
shorts.
that. He is in shorts.
The Condors are favored to win the Stanley Cup. Kind of.
CSUB has finally arrived. And while CSUB helped to put Bakersfield on the map, two local guys took that to another level and made it almost impossible to not hear about Bakersfield watching TV on Sundays.
Just take a look at the last 3 nights here at Madison Square Garden. You have a Florida-South Carolina matchup in the Elite Eight. Then it's Knicks-Pistons tonight, and that's all setting the stage, as we know, for Georgia Tech taking on Cal State Bakersfield in that NIT Final Four. So for a program on the rise, Coach Barnes is certainly getting a lot of eyeballs to watch his runners.
Is hot dog a sandwich?
Sandwich.
It is a sandwich?
No, it's a hot dog.
Okay.
Which former Arena football star was just inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame?
Different BHS?
No.
Oh, the dude from North.
He's not from Kern County. I spoke with his brother Chris earlier today, who says the family is, of course, devastated, shaken, and confused by his death, saying they never saw this coming. He didn't show any signs of depression.
Did they see something I didn't see because they didn't put any time back on the clock? And Michigan State hangs on for the win. Well, in some parts of Texas here, the football is a religion. With the Cowboys doing so well, one church decided to take it to another level.
Just who is Tyrone Wallace? The 23-year-old is tearing up the league.
That's an offensive player of the year. He just beat to the rim.
Less than 2 weeks in, he's helped the Clippers to a season-best 6-game win streak.
He belongs, folks.
But all this success has been 21 years in the making. And like any kid, it started with a dream.
He was 2 years old when he first got a ball, was bouncing it, and he always said he wanted to be a basketball player.
Born into a basketball family, with Mom Michelle playing at Bakersfield College and Father Tyrone Sr. at Bakersfield High, Wallace carried on the family legacy.
He was very talented, he was very intelligent. It was fun to have him and coach him for the time that I had him.
After 4 years at BHS, Wallace left as Bakersfield's all-time leading scorer. And from Bakersfield to Berkeley, Wallace kept making his mark on the court. The only Cal player to rank among the school's all-time top 10 in scoring, assists, and steals. To honor his grandfather's wishes, he stayed all 4 years to complete his college degree. In July of 2016, sitting with his family in Bakersfield, he watched the NBA draft.
It was the last pick, and I saw him crying, and I was like, oh, well, maybe my son not going to make it, you know. And the next thing you know, they said his name, and it was just so, it was just happy.
Drafted by the Utah Jazz, after an injury, he was released and signed by the Clippers.
Well, look at him get there, going down.
This year in the G League, he averaged 22 points a game before getting the call up.
I think it's all surreal, you know, just to play against the talent that I've played against so far, you know, some stars, and you know, to realize that I'm really out there doing it, you know.
Surreal, but not a surprise to those closest. At age 4, when pizza and Scooby-Doo were among his favorite things, his dream was written on a take-home paper from preschool.
Why'd you keep it?
Because I knew that one day he'd probably end up being a player, like he said.
You knew at 4.
Yes, I did. I did.
Someone who grew up watching Kobe play at Staples, now taking the same court himself, now the one Bakersfield kids are watching at home.
Dreams do come true. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't be anything or you can't do anything in life. As long as you work hard and have faith, and you can do it all.
It's more about the person he is, because he is such a great person. He works extremely hard. You just had the feeling that this was going to happen. It was just a matter of time.
Just how much time he spends in the league is still unknown, but the dream that started here in Bakersfield looks to have found its place in Los Angeles.
In boxing, you try and find a routine that works.
Waking up from a nap and getting ready.
Same playlist, same mindset, same walk from the hotel to the arena. But today was so different.
Is there a lot of people for me?
For 19-year-old Miguel Contreras, it was his first time sharing the ticket with guys like Balderas and Ortiz. First time seeing national cameras. And his first time fighting in the city he wears on his back.
We sold a lot of tickets, and I know there's a lot of people here to watch me perform, and I'm just extremely excited and pumped, more than any other fight in my whole life.
3 hours before the fight, he's taped up, changed, and ready.
I love these.
Oh, yeah,
Look at that. You want to knock him out, huh? Check this guy out, man.
We love these.
After warming up,
It's a waiting game. Miguel scheduled to be the 12th fight on a night of 13.
You feel warm, good? You feel warm?
Finally, the time comes.
It's our hometown.
Finally, his Bakersfield debut.
Like I said, okay, protect yourself at all times, obey my commands. Nice and tight, nice and tight. There you go. Nice and tight, 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 tight.
After a dominant first round, a breather and a pep talk.
But I need everything short. Start turning it into your shots. You already have this.
Despite Contreras dominating, it only takes a second to slip.
One punch could change the whole fight.
While chants of his name ring out, the fight isn't over.
Get on him! Last round, dude. You're looking beautiful. You're looking beautiful.
In a fight that leading in had so much change, in the end, it was the same result.
Only the head, only the head, only the head.
After years of training at Bakersfield PAL, less than 2 miles away, Contreras raises his hand in victory.
It's got harder and harder to sleep at night. I just kept thinking, what's going to happen in the ring, what's going to happen after, what's going to happen before, and now that it's finally here, I'm happy.
After the fight, a hero's welcome.
I felt like I was like the red carpet, because it's like I'm a local kid,
Just a local kid whose city has his back. To be out here every night, you've got to really love it.
Got to have that vision of success.
From the on-field entertainment before to the empty seats during. Life in the Pecos League is about embracing everything America's pastime has to offer.
Number 37, Scott Hoffman.
23-year-old Scott Hoffman is doing just that.
Go, boys.
The Train Robbers pitcher currently leads the league in earned run average, strikeouts, and wins.
Players behind me, they got my back, so I'm just throwing for contact right now.
Growing up playing in Arizona, Hoffman was drafted by the Pirates, signed by the Phillies, and after a few months with the single-A team, was released.
You never know what's going to happen. You never know who's watching. Any day could be the day.
Reminding yourself that any day could be the day is important because every week, Hoffman sees his paycheck.
It's kind of tough living off of that, but we managed to make it work.
Scott and the rest of the Train Robbers are paid just $57 a week.
You want to really hear the story? Dad, do I have money in my account? So the $57, it doesn't do anything. I'd probably give him $200 a week.
Even with the help, the money isn't enough. Players have to live with host families.
Here it is.
From free rent to food before and after games, homes like this are key to the league's success.
It definitely pays off. The host family's definitely helped out a lot.
And this isn't the first time Scott's been put up.
My grandma was actually his host mom.
4 years ago, he met his girlfriend, Ashlyn, and the two have stayed together on moves through Kansas, North Carolina, Arizona, and now California.
It's tough. But we communicate.
And while the low paychecks don't affect her,
We don't really talk about that much. I just let him do his thing. Money's not really an issue.
the pennies are really pinched in the car. Players have to pay for gas to drive themselves to and from games.
In high school, we at least got a yellow bus, so it wasn't as bad as having to drive your own car.
But the long trips to Tucson and Monterey do provide a chemistry on the field.
Hey, me and Scotty, I know everything about him now. He knows everything about me.
Can get pretty annoying, though, at some points. Can get tired of each other.
I get tired of him sometimes.
To be out here, you've got to really love the game.
Grinding, baby. Yeah, we're out here.
Since May 12th.
We're out here grinding.
The team plays a 64-game season in just a 68-day stretch. Given the grind, the travel, the one uniform players have to wash themselves daily, it's easy to question why.
As long as my arm is willing to let me throw, I'm willing to play baseball for the rest of my life.
And would that be another couple years in the Pecos League if that's what it was? Or?
If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. But hopefully I can get moved up.
A dream that's still alive, that has the support of those around him.
I keep telling him, as long as you continue to advance, I'm going to continue to support you.
Just keep doing what he has to do. Do what makes him happy, because I know this is where his heart is.
While $57 is a far cry from a big league paycheck, the chance to play baseball every day and chase their dreams, for these players, it's priceless.